Hello, my name is Sean Ennis from Ennis Management, and thank you for joining me here on the Creative Collective. And today I'm honored to be joined by a very special guest. He's a hip-hop recording artist and photographer from Minot, North Dakota, Ghost North.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Alright, so talk to me about some of the positives and also if there's any challenges about being a musician living in North Dakota.
Alright. That could be expansive depending on who you're talking to. Me personally, trying to get into any of the bar shows or anything like that, trying to book. You basically, for a little while, had to buy out your own venue and create a show yourself. Lately, it's actually been getting to the point where we can do some hip-hop shows in some of these bars due to a few artists that have come up pretty quick. Money Stacks, they've been running at it for a little while. People seem to like them. Cash, he's new too, but for a while it was they ran country or karaoke or the rock concerts, which is cool. I like all the music, but then trying to get into work with other people. North Dakota's not really the largest influence with hip-hop. It's really trying sometimes, I would say. But shout out to those people that are getting those tours and getting noticed. I tried to get some unifying elements going, and it takes a little time. People sometimes get a little cliquey and they want to stay to themselves, which I understand, staying in your own lane and everything, but I'm here to promote music and inspire. If you want to inspire on your own, that's cool, but let's unify and show that North Dakota has something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I think that's part of the reason that Atlanta has had such a strong, musical run in hip hop for, well over the last decade, is that there is so much camaraderie and people collaborating with each other. Not just the mainstream artists, but a lot of the mainstream artists will then go back and pick up an upcoming artist and give them a little spotlight.
Yep. That's exactly what we need up here. A little bit of sharing and caring, Eventually we'll get more in depth like that, but living with, I don't even know what our biggest city is. Atlanta's probably 5 times the size, 6 times the size. Probably got the same population as the whole state of North Dakota. So it's that even the numbers kind of make a difference. So you were talking about market managing and Facebook promoting. So maybe that's where the key is.
Now, you have a really unique stage name, Ghost North. Can you talk to me about how that came about?
Simple. I'm just a white dude trying to rap in Minot, North Dakota.
Now, what genre of music do you consider your work to be?
Just mostly hip-hop and rap, trap.
And what kind of music is your favorite to listen to?
That's a tough one. I like all genres. Lately I've been vibing to Paul Hardcastle.
And who have been some of your major influences musically?
I'd have to say Dr. Dre, Eminem, Lenny Kravitz, even the old Garth Brooks. Love me some Thunder Rolls. Even some of the local artists that I've been messing with, Trey Stacks, Froggy D, Jester. I find inspiration close because that's more empowering than watching it on the TV, I feel.
And what about some of those artists that you've named has made an impact on you?
How did they make the impact?
Yeah, what about them stands out?
What about them that stands out? as an all-around, the uniqueness that I saw, the struggles that some of them have been through, the style of music that they have. It's just some of that connects to me a lot more than others.
And is that something that you've tried to implement into your own music?
It's not something I really would try to implement. It's depending on the person, depends on really how they feel about my song. One person could really like the song and vibe to it really good. The other person could be like, okay, that's a joke. So, in the end, it's back to the whole inspiration.
Can you think of an earliest memory involving music?
Involving music. I definitely was in choir in grade school.
And did going through that kind of formal training musically, has that had any impact on the music that you make now?
I definitely would say it has. I definitely lost touch to my vocal cords, and I definitely need to get back into practice. But I did start poetry also around the same time I went into choir. So I believe that was one of the major influences for me. I ended up getting published in 8th grade in one of there's a little contest. You enter your poem in. So I was chosen out of about 1,000 kids or something like that. It was pretty sweet.
And I feel like there's a lot of musicians who also write poetry or started with poetry before they went to writing original music. Can you kind of talk about how writing poetry either helped you or was a natural transition into writing hip-hop songs?
Well, spoken word, poetry, literally every song is kind of like a poem in itself, just put into parts. So that transition that's how I feel. So it was pretty easy for the transition. And poetry in itself, for me, helped because I could put feelings or emotions or happenings down in such a lyrical way. It's just like, give that visualization as you read it, give that feeling as you read it. So it was a beautiful thing. It still is.
What made you want to be an artist?
Well, damn, I don't know. Just the vibe of the music. I love music, so why not be a part of it? Get into it, I guess. That's what I think. Yeah, I'm with that.
And do you view music as a form of therapy or expression?
Extremely. If you go through like someone's past and then you feel they're an artist of a sort, even with painting or even metallurgy, there's an expression behind it. Some of the, if you enjoy it, there's going to be that expression that people will see, not only through your art, but how you do it. It's an amazing concept.
How would you describe your music?
Hopefully influential. Otherwise, it's just some dude doing some hip hop and rapping over some beats.
What do you hope about your music is influential or has an impact on the listeners?
For other artists, hopefully they can take something from what I've done, learn from it. I hope my experiences become wisdom. Other than that, it's just I hope you can feel what I feel when I put these down. These words, these meanings. influence. Please love, please hate. Just take a listen at least.
What inspires you to make music?
My grandfather was definitely a big one. He would never quit. It didn't matter what the situation was. He had something to do, he would do it. And if it was passionable, he would do it even harder.
What would you say makes you different from other artists?
The difference basically is, I guess my passion is probably a little different. My drive is a little different. My style, no one's really came to me and said, you sound like so-and-so. But I think my style is a little different. That's about it.
And can you elaborate on that a little bit? What about your style do you feel makes you unique?
I really don't have like a full sound yet. I've been definitely vibing to a little bit of singing, a little bit of rapping all at the same time. But due to my experiences, I can bring a different emotion. Vocally, I think mine got a different sound than other people also. Ideas, the way I can string together some of the puns and the drops and everything, that can be pretty interesting, I feel.
What are the main themes or topics in most of your songs?
For a little while, it's legalization of cannabis. Otherwise, I really only talk about what I know. I don't really try to do the gangster stuff. That's more of like reserved. Otherwise, just I try to be conscious, woke, as I guess they would call it, in some of them. Otherwise, parties. I definitely knew parties for a while.
And how important is having a positive message in your music to you?
Depending on the song, obviously with some of the artists, like depending on the song, you're talking about partying. I mean, let's just get turned up. So in a sense, that could be positive. But otherwise, in my more in-depth, my lyrical stories, those I really want to convey the positive. Like, it'll show negative, but in the end, I'm positive because of this whole experience.
How important in your music career is having a strong online presence?
That's something I need to work on, obviously. But it seems now that it's the technical age, online is where it's at. I mean, I do have some music on Spotify, iTunes, and stuff like that, but it's not generating what I thought it would. But yeah, it's trial and error. So my marketing definitely needs to step up.
Are you planning to collaborate with any other artists in the future?
Always. I don't care who it is. I did a hip hop / metal. Had some guys from Opposition out, a band that's up here. Their two vocalists came in and did a hook for us, and that song was called "Who Are You?" That was pretty sweet. Jason played the guitar behind it. Otherwise, yeah, I'm definitely down.
Can you talk about the experience of blending those two different genres, metal and hip hop?
It was very interesting. Everything sounded great. When they came in, they kind of looked at us like, okay, we're ready. What do you got for us? And we told them what's going on. And it was quick. Boom. And I fell in love with it. The mastering part was a whole nother story for me. I haven't really taken classes or anything like that. I do little lookups here and there, and I get a little information from some of my homies. Perez, you showed me the first time how to work FL Studio, and then we got new dude Juice to Produce. He's a good homie. He's been sharing some tips with me. So with the accumulation that I've had, I tried to do all that, but that one was off the charts. Trying to match hip hop with metal screaming, it was different.
Now, talk to me about Cupid Vibes.
Okay. Yeah, there was the beat itself I created because I went to Looperman. I was trying to dabble into creating beats and everything, so I thought I would just start easy. I went to Looperman and I found a couple loops that I liked. So I got those and I ended up throwing them in FL. Chopped them up a little bit, did a little, all that good stuff, and created that beat. And I sat on it for 2 years or so, and then ended up meeting this dude that just moved up here, Wisdom, from Florida. He was doing a little freestyle, and literally it was, he started freestyling a little bit, and then what came out was in love with the music. It's like Arrows from Cupid, and right there it was like, that's it. So I wrote it down and created or evolved it into what the hook is now, which I had him record. Turned out beautiful, I think. So it was me, Wisdom, Frog D, and Justin. We all vibed to that one, and it came out pretty phenomenal.
Now, can you talk to me a little bit about any new music that you're working on and what we can expect?
I have some plans ahead. Possible nice beat from Moonchild. You can find him on SoundCloud, but it's spelled with percent sign instead of the two O's. And percent sign and child. He's got a couple beats that I picked up from him, and now I'm working on Clubhouse and Not Feeling You. Trying to get a female vocalist in for the hook on Not Feeling You. Other than that, whatever other stuff comes my way. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the vault still I should probably work on. And since I actually just got some new equipment, especially a new microphone, so I'm going to re-record a few songs too that I've already done. So kind of remaster, I guess. But yeah, there's definitely a lot more songs coming out.
Now, talk to me about Q.T.C.
Q.T.C. That's a story that started back when I moved to Bismarck. I'd say like 2012. After all my stupidity with bad decisions, law enforcement, ended up moving to Bismarck, trying to make a new start. Met this dude named Aaron Antonson. We called him A-Run or Squirrel. Me and him, I was like clicked right away and started talking about music. We had one of these programs off the 360 or the regular Xbox. I don't know what it was. It was called Easy Muse Hamster Edition. Started playing with that and came up with some crazy stuff. And then he ended up lining up a recording session at the Radisson Inn, I think it was. And so we ended up recording this song called Pure Evil. Everything from there just kind of came into Q.T.C. And from then, had to move to Minot. Ended up spreading the Q.T.C. love up here, met this guy named Prez and another dude named Greg, and they showed me some of the photography and the rapping stuff, which was fun as hell. Like, go over to the studio, get some stuff done. He would show me how to work out the studio real quick, just the low end, but I would be standing back there. So I ended up evolving Q.T.C. into Q.T.C. concepts. Now, I'm sure some are wondering what Q.T.C. stands for. It means quite the contrary. I feel everybody has their own uniqueness, so I'm quite the contrary, you're quite the contrary. After that, they ended up dipping out, doing their thing real quick for a little bit, so I ended up saving up some money, got a computer, got the program, and got just some basic stuff set up so I could start recording my own stuff and trying to create my own things. And from there, became into clothing ideas, photography, mixing and mastering, like trying to do all that, learn all that, see how all that works.
Now, you've also done some music videos. Is there a particular music video that you could talk about that you're extremely proud of?
I'd say probably Never Ever. That one I did dedicate to my late friend, Daniel Guitwarmson. We called him Gooter. Dude was a hell of a guy. And yeah, so I ended up doing the song, and I felt some kind of way, and I was like, Gooter, this is for you. So when I posted the whole thing, I even did the music video, went to his grave, paid some respects. So it's only like 3,000 views, not even, but I feel that's something.
Now, what are your music career goals?
At this point in time, if I make it, cool, I make it. I get her, whatever. I'm not really looking to have any of that change me. I just want to inspire people. I want to make sure if you don't like my music, then you're inspired to not like it. That's cool. You have an opinion, that's fine. If you're inspired to like the music, if you're inspired to do better, if you're inspired to create your own, or just if you hear this, just find that motivation and try and pay it forward. Inspire others as well. We all need it.
What do you feel are the characteristics of great or groundbreaking music?
Characteristics. For groundbreaking music, okay. On my perspective, with my opinion, it seems a lot of it's about the beats or something like it. Like especially for like the hip hop and trap, it seems you gotta catch a beat and it's nothing. If you can repeat 6 words over and over on a dope ass beat, and people will just be going crazy. Now, if it's more technical with rock, what they got all the instruments, metal, country. I mean, obviously everything can be played on a computer now, but the technicality from one to another is a little different. So I like the technicality. I love the lyricism in rap and hip hop. If you don't have a lyrical game, I'm probably not going to listen to you.
What are the joys and challenges of songwriting?
Oh man, I'm sure everybody gets writer's block. That that definitely sucks. So the joys is watching the evolution of your own writing, from the simplicity to the difficult ups and downs that you can. Oh man, it is amazing to see what the actual mind can do with that lyrical presence.
Can you share your social media links?
Yeah, you can just find me on Facebook. There's Q.T.C Concepts and Q.T.C. Instagram is just me under Shelby, and you can see my stupid ass doing some random stuff. Friendly neighborhood ghost. Other than that, YouTube under Q.T.C Concepts as Q.T.C Concepts. Other than that, Reverb Nation, SoundCloud. I'm on Spotify, iTunes. Only for a little bit longer though. Limited time.
Is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge for offering financial or emotional support to you in your music career?
Anybody willing to listen. My family, my friends. Those people are like the key motives. My cat Caspian, for real. I just want to do it for everybody, you know. My kids for sure.
Is there anything else you'd like to promote or share?
All I gotta say is purge the hate and urge the love.
Alright, I would like to give a very big thank you to my special guest for joining me here today on the Creative Collective. As always, write your comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. And for all of your promotion, marketing, as well as music career consulting needs, email ennisproductions@gmail.com.